Hi YouTube, Luminousz Star here, back at you again with another video. I did a video previously entitled Narcissists in Love with Their False Self. If you haven't checked out that video for today, check that one out. This is another video. Yeah, I'm on the roll. I just thought I would do another video. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to do a couple more after this one, so check those out. At the end of the videos, please hit the like and or subscription button. To my current subscribers, mwah, thank you so much for your subscription. If this is your first time visiting, welcome, welcome. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will become a new subscriber. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. This video is about becoming very acquainted with the words no and goodbye, especially when dealing with narcissists. Become very acquainted with those two words. Because what I have found for myself when dealing with narcissists, okay, the word no and the word goodbye has supported me when the narcissist did not. Those two words supported me. It provided me the support that I needed and the support that I desired from the narcissist. When I was going through something, when I was facing a certain challenge and really desired the narcissist support, and the narcissist, of course, failed to support or provide the support, the word no and the word goodbye did provide me the support that I needed. So the word no and the word goodbye are two friends of mine. Okay, they really are. So just think about all those times when the narcissist used the word no and the word goodbye when it concerns anything. See, narcissists have no problem with the word no. They tend to use it quite often when you think about it. And they have no problem with the word goodbye because when they discard of you, they tend to not have a problem. Okay, so the word no and the word goodbye are two words that the narcissist tends to use quite often. I mean, you know, think about that. And so what I tend to do is say, you know what, when it comes to the narcissist, yeah, I'm going to use those two words more often. And in this video, I would like to encourage you to do the same, especially when dealing with narcissists. The word no and the word goodbye really can provide you support when the narcissist doesn't. Okay, my first point with that is the word goodbye and the word no is not necessarily rejection. So I want to encourage you guys to look at those two words, especially like if the narcissist says no to you or anyone for that matter. If their response to you is no or goodbye, I would like to challenge you to find the silver lining in that. Instead of looking at yourself as a victim, yeah, I know it sucks. I know it doesn't feel good when someone says no to you or they say goodbye. It's tough, especially the goodbyes that come and you don't expect them. Okay? It's very difficult. I've been through that, guys. Okay? So instead of looking at it from a victim stance, get proactive and look at the silver lining in that no and that goodbye. There's always a silver lining. It's very tough to find it because we're hurting and we're angry. And I get that, guys. I've been there many times. So what I learned to do is just to find the silver lining. Find the silver lining instead of looking at the word no and goodbye when it occurs, especially unexpectedly, instead of looking at it as rejection. That's pretty tough. I know, easier said than done. But find the silver lining in it. That has helped me out tremendously. Because that way I felt like I was keeping my personal power. Yes, the goodbye and the no was unexpected, but I kept my personal power by choosing to look at the silver lining in that. Instead of looking at it as a rejection. You know, many times when I did that, guys, I found out that goodbye and that no was the best thing that happened. Yeah, I know, easier said than done. Now, some of you who may think you haven't experienced that yet because you perceive the no and the goodbye as a rejection. So when you think about it right now, think about some incidences where that no and that goodbye came unexpectedly. Now here it is, maybe a couple of years later. It might be more than that for you. But just think about those times where you received the goodbye and the no unexpectedly and how rotten you felt, right? Because you probably did at the time. But when you look at it now, does it feel so rotten? Do you see some of the silver lining in that? At that time, it didn't seem like that was the best thing. But right now, if you're really honest, wouldn't you say that you can see now that that was probably the best thing for you? The goodbye and the no? Because something else happened that was much better? It can be anything, right? In other words, do you see the good in the goodbye now? Do you see the silver lining in the no now? So when you reflect on that right now, could have been 5 years ago, whatever the incident is for you, you know, do you see the silver lining in it now? Do you see how things really played out for you that was better concerning that incident or those incidences? Because I know I did. At the time, yeah, it sucked. I didn't want to hear goodbye. I didn't want to hear the no. But when I reflect on it now, guys, I can see how all of that turned out for the good for me. It all turned out very well for me. So I can look at that, especially when it came to the narcissist saying no and goodbye. That was one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It really was. Because it was like, okay, I really don't want the narcissist to continue to wreak havoc in my life, right? I may desire the narcissist. I may desire to continue to have a relationship with them. But the bottom line is, and the reality is, narcissists don't do healthy relationships. They only do toxic relationships. So when the narcissist actually decided they were going to discard of me or say goodbye, that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I never thought I would say that, but I have to be honest and say just that. That was one of the best things that ever happened, because that removed the toxicity in the form of a narcissist from my life. It removed that. And it helped me to get clear on what a healthy relationship is and what it is not. So when the narcissist was no longer in the picture, and this is just an example, when they were no longer in the picture, guys, it helped me to focus on my own life. It encouraged me to focus on my own life, because the narcissist wasn't distracting me with their toxicity and their BS. So that's where I saw the silver lining in the narcissist saying goodbye. That's an example. I mean, some of that, what I just told you, is true, but I also use it as an example. Okay? So, yeah, see the silver. I want to challenge you to see the silver lining in no and goodbye, because it's there. Just see it. And the other thing I want to say is challenge yourself to change your perspective. That kind of goes into what I was just telling you guys. Change your perspective. See the silver lining. So instead of looking at yourself as a victim, look at yourself as a person who's just, you're going through a challenge, you're going through something, right? The no and the goodbye came unexpectedly. You're going through it, but view yourself as a very strong person, a person who is getting past that. You're thriving. In other words, I want you to try and picture yourself on the other side of that rainbow. Right now, yeah, it sucks. It feels like hell, right? Now, I've done this a few times, and I got better and better at it. So when I was going through something, yeah, I would still express my anger. I would still express my pain or whatever, you know. I would still be crystal clear on how I felt and what I thought about the situation. However, I started envisioning myself on the other side of that rainbow, while at the same time, I was looking at the silver lining in the no and in the goodbye. Instead of feeling and looking at myself as rejected, I changed my perspective. That was very effective for me. That was a game changer. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. And it's not easy. I'm going to warn you. It's not easy to do that. but it's very effective. You don't have to trust me. I wouldn't even suggest you trust me. We've never met. So in today's world, I know it's very, it's very difficult to trust people in general. However, you don't have to, of course, you don't have to trust me. Try it out for yourself. See if it works for you. Okay, so I just want to encourage you guys to do that. And also, the last point, I want to encourage you guys to be more loving towards yourself. Yeah, it's an adjustment. Yes, it is. Be loving towards yourself, because the narcissist will not be loving towards you. They don't love anyone. The narcissist is only in love with his or her false self, which is, again, is not even real. The narcissist doesn't know who they are, so they're not going to try to get to know you. So they can't love you. They don't love themselves. Okay, so I want to encourage you, this is my last point, to be more loving towards yourself. Yeah, not very easy, especially if you're not accustomed to that. And I'm not, I don't mean to sound like I am insulting you. I'm not doing that. That's not my intention. I'm saying how I know sometimes it's very difficult to love yourself. I was there, guys. I was there. I used to just feel, anything, you can come up with anything. I wouldn't feel too good about the world. I wouldn't feel too good about myself. So yeah, easier said than done to make that adjustment and start caring and loving yourself. Very difficult to do for some of us. For some of us, it's a little bit easier, but for some of us, it's not. Especially if you're dealing with anxiety, depression, and there's a history of that. You just can't snap your fingers and voila, you feel like you love yourself. No, it's an adjustment. I know. I'm speaking from personal experience. It is an adjustment, but you are worth that adjustment, aren't you? Okay, so I want to encourage you guys to start doing that. The word no and the word goodbye, yeah, become very acquainted with those. And trust yourself. Okay, guys, until next time, I hope you, excuse me, I hope you enjoyed this video. So until next time, take care of yourself and stay tuned for more videos. Mwah.